agents, AC here, and congratulations on that new listing. Now, we're going to talk about getting that thing ready for the market because first impressions are everything. So in this video, we're going to discuss a few tips on just how to get there. Lights, camera, action. Real quick, before I get into my tips, I want to know if you're doing any of the same tips that I'm suggesting or if you have any of your own that you can share. And if you do, then put them in the comments below. Now, let's go. Tip number 1, we are going to get this house ready for the market and we want to give the seller the best advice and maybe even save them a little money. So this first one is all about vacant home insurance policy. Now this will only apply to vacant home listings, which happens from time to time. If your sellers are not going to be in the property for more than a month or haven't been, they should definitely talk to their insurance provider about getting that vacant insurance policy. The reason why is because if something happens and there is a claim that needs to be filed while that house was vacant, they will probably not be covered. So definitely look into that, and a bonus is that premium is going to be less than the usual premium, so it saves the seller a couple bucks. Bam. Tip number 2 is the obvious one. You need to declutter and you need to tidy up. You need to clean up. This applies to both vacant and occupied homes. So have that honest discussion with the seller and let them know that they can clean the place themselves if they want, or it might be better for them to hire a professional who can really get in there and give it some nice elbow grease. It'll save them some time and some effort. That's important. We want the place smelling good because once again, it's all about first impressions. Also, you want to tidy up and declutter. Declutter meaning here's a good chance for the seller to start getting rid of stuff. If they've had furniture or items that they haven't wanted, they've been wanting to get rid of them, go ahead and put them out for bulk pickup if you need to, or even possibly suggest doing a garage sale. Have the seller do all that stuff in advance prior to the listing, and maybe they can make a couple extra bucks and use that towards their professional cleanings or other items. Tip number 3, depersonalize and stage. Okay, so family photos, prime example. You can go ahead and get those things out of there. It's a turn off to most buyers. They don't really care about your beautiful family portraits. So try to minimize that as much as possible and try to keep every area as neat, such as a bathroom. Remove hygienic things if you can. Nobody really wants to see your messed up toothbrush. We're trying to make the place as inviting as possible to these prospective buyers. Some agents even invest in some staging budget, and it doesn't have to be elaborate. You can start out basic, maybe invest in some, decorative pillows or throw blankets, accessories and artwork, just little things, and put them in the property if possible and make it have that sizzle, make it pop. The goal is to make it appear fresh and new, so you can have a little bit of fun with that one. Maybe that's not your forte. Bring in your significant other or something and let them do their magic. Number 4, repairs. Now is a prime time to do this stuff, especially once you start clearing the property out. And you move out the furniture, you're taking the pictures off the wall, holes are going to start popping up, cracks, and all those little minor things that buyers nitpick about. So patch these things up, paint them up, throw some caulking around the bottom of the toilet if need be. They're the little easy jobs that help keep that property showing beautifully. Take care of them in the front instead of having to worry about it in the back. Your lighting, make sure your lighting is bright and popping. Make those light bulbs fresh, take out the old ones, put in some new ones. You want your place to show wonderfully. Now, if you have major repairs that the seller is aware of, this is also the time to take care of those things, because once you get under contract, that is what the buyer is going to be renegotiating with to try to cut that price down. So something else to keep in mind. Tip number 5, and this is actually the last tip of the video, but this is about routine maintenance, something that gets overlooked. So if your property is sitting on the market for longer than anticipated, which happens, make sure the seller understands that they need to keep maintaining it. Keep the landscaping up to par. Don't let the beautiful blue pool turn into a green swamp. All these small things, you know. You can check on it as an agent from time to time, or maybe the neighbors are looking on it, but keep an eye on it and don't let the property go to... Definitely don't want the property to end up looking like that, so keep an eye on it. Maybe even consider a spot clean if this property does end up stuck longer than anticipated, because you always want that fresh look when somebody comes in. Those are our 5 tips, but here's one mistake that sellers tend to make, which you can make sure they don't do, is do not turn off your utilities. You need that. Buyers are going to need that for inspections, so even though they may want to cut some of their costs, make sure to let them know they have to hold that until closing. After closing, they can cut everything, but during the whole process, keep those utilities on so that it doesn't affect the process. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have. Thanks for tuning in again. AC, I am checking out. Make sure you are leveling up, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you like the video and you want some more content like this, try clicking right there. Or try clicking right there. Or you could just go ahead and hit the subscribe button down there and do something.